What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Handmade and Beyond podcast. I'm your host, LL, leader of the handmadeandbeyond.com website and community. I'm a self-employed entrepreneur, an Etsy expert, and business coach who's figured out how to make my entire living with my handmade business. Each week, I'll dive into strategies and success tips to help you with your handmade business, with Etsy, and everything in between. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to the Handmade and Beyond podcast. Glad to be back with you all today. Hopefully you and your families are doing well. You're doing awesome. Glad to be back with you, like I said. So today I got a pretty good episode for you. This one's very timely. If you're listening to it real time, I want to talk about shipping and especially holiday shipping because we are rapidly approaching the holidays when I am recording this. I can't believe it already. We are rolling out the end of this year. We're about to get rid of 2020, and hopefully 2021 has a little bit more to offer us because 2020 has not been fun in some regard. In other regards, if you're looking at it, the glass half full, there has been good things that has happened. So it's not all doom and gloom. It's not all negatives. So you can find the good in 2020 as well. But you probably just have to look a little bit harder than you would have had to look in previous years. So let's dive in, guys, and let's talk all about shipping. This is something that's not really talked about a lot. And what's really spurring this is the shipping deadlines actually came out from USPS, and they're not really, I don't think they're any different than prior years. And I know there's been a lot of guff. I think I just made up a new term, guff, ruffled feathers about the Postal Service and all that stuff. So that's another conversation that's not for here. But with delays and stuff, but the shipping deadlines are pretty close to what they have always been. So I think they kind of got their act more together, and especially for the holidays. And let's hope. But these are the deadlines that they gave so that you guys know. December 18th is the first class mail deadline. So that's, if you're using first class, that's anything under 16 pounds. You can ship first class, and it's a cheaper rate. It's only for businesses, which you can get that through Etsy, which is awesome. And then if you're shipping priority, you can push that to the 19th because priority mail is a little bit faster usually. Depending on where they're at in the country, sometimes there's not a difference. USP priority and first class sometimes are the same. So you can see that when you're purchasing the labels within Etsy, the expected delivery date. And then express mail, it's usually 1 to 2 days, most likely one, but again, depending on the country, sometimes it takes 2 days. It's very expensive, but that shipping deadline is the 23rd. So those are the deadlines that you want to run with. I would probably suggest going with a deadline for your customers that's before those dates, because you don't know how much product you're going to have, and you don't really want to be running up against the wall to try to get your stuff in the mail if you have a lot of product, a lot of orders to fill, which is a great problem to have, but still you want to fill those orders. You don't want to disappoint any customers. So maybe you want to set your deadline at like the 15th or the 16th to give you a couple of day buffer in there. So how you're going to do that now that you know the USPS deadlines, and another reason you want to give a buffer is just because if USPS messes up, hopefully they don't, but it still gives you a little bit of wiggle room there. Plus there's other factors. If you have a delay in getting product, supplies, stuff to make your products, etc., it gives you a little buffer. But where you want to put, when you just land on a shipping deadline, you want to put that in your shop so your customers know what to expect. So the best place to put it is your announcement section right at the top. If you want your product delivered before Christmas, make sure to order by December 15th or by December 16th. If it's ordered after that, it may not come in time. So put that in your list, or put that in your announcement section. Maybe you'll get some people to see it. A lot of people won't see it. That's just the way that it is, but it's still there in case you have a problem down the road. Another place you can put it is in your actual listings at the very top. It's always good to put it there. Same thing, same message, so they know. Chances are they're going to see it in the listings. A lot of buyers don't actually go to your shop. They land on your listing through search, go right to your listing. So that's a good place to snag those other buyers. And they will be looking for that. And if they can't find it, they're probably going to go to another shop that has it, because a lot of times people don't want to reach out to you. They just want the information. They don't want to have to ask for it. So put it in your announcement section, put it in your listing section. And you're probably like, well, that's going to take a lot of time. Well, I have a little secret trick for you. There is a third-party website that's awesome, and it's still free. I don't know why, because they could totally charge for this, but it's called Vela. I think that's how you pronounce it, and it allows you to bulk change all your listings. So you can bulk add a shipping deadline message in all of your descriptions at one time. Super awesome. Super easy to use, and it literally, takes a couple of minutes. So that website is getvela, VELA.com. You go there, set up an account, link it with your Etsy. You can bulk change, and you can add that message, and then you can also take it away after the holiday is over. So it's super awesome. I would definitely check that out to get your shipping deadlines in all your listings, and then obviously you're going to manually put it in your announcement section. All right. So we got the deadlines all worked out. Here's a couple additional tips for you guys when it comes to shipping, to make sure that you're doing this so you can have a successful holiday season and really a successful just Etsy business in general. This stuff will help you in general if you start to implement it. First, make sure you have very strong communication. Download the Sell on Etsy app so you can respond to customers right away. More times than not, if you respond with questions right away about shipping or whatever they'll buy from you, it builds confidence. So download that app so you can respond right away. Don't delay with responding. And then if there is so happen to be a delay, which you may run into for whatever reason, getting product or making your product to sell, you just let them know. If it's a day or two delay, let them know. Just send them a quick message. Don't leave them hanging, especially when it comes to the holidays. People get very impatient, and you don't want them to get upset with you because you didn't let them know. So just send them a quick message. 99% of the time, people are super cool with it if they know ahead of time. Another thing, and this is a big thing, this is something that annoys me when I buy something somewhere, is don't print out the label until you're ready to take it to the post office. So a lot of times people, because the label will send a notification to the buyer, let them know, oh, your item is shipped. And what they'll do is they'll go and click on that, and they'll see the tracking, and they'll see that it's in pre-transit. And then it'll sit, if you don't ship that item for 2 or 3 days, it'll sit in pre-transit for 2 or 3 days. And that becomes super frustrating for buyers, that there's no progress on their shipment, meaning you haven't taken it and dropped it off to the post office. So don't leave them hanging. As soon as you print out the label, ship it out that day. If you're not ready to ship it out, don't print out the label, because it gives them a false sense of, hey, my item's shipped. More times than not, it takes 2 to 3 days, depending on where they're at in the country, to get it. If you're leaving them hanging for 2 to 3 days, they're expecting that they would have received it, and you haven't even shipped it yet. So moral of the story is set good expectations, and that means print the label out when you're ready to ship the item. The next thing is buy your packing supplies early and buy extra. Account for the holiday season traffic and sales. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you're gonna have a lot. So buy that stuff ahead of time. You don't want to have to buy it during the season and try to find a place to buy it and have to spend more money. Be prepared. That stuff's never going to expire. You can use it next year if you bought too much. It's a business expense. So buy that stuff in bulk, preferably, so you get it cheaper, and buy enough of it. So that's one thing that you don't have to worry about this holiday season, is running out of mailer bags or running out of shipping labels. Because if you try to go and purchase that stuff from Staples or Office Depot, you're going to pay an arm and a leg for mailers. I think they try to charge you like $5 or $6 for 3 mailers, which is insane. It's insanity. You'll go broke, and you will never make any money buying your stuff from there for shipping. So buy it online, buy it in bulk, save money, buy enough of it so you're ready and you're good to go this holiday season. You can send out all those orders that you're going to get, and have an awesome Christmas, an awesome Thanksgiving, an awesome Black Friday. Whole season wrapped all up into one for you. But that's pretty much it, guys. I just want to hop on here real quick and give you that information so you guys know what to do, and you can start planning now for that, and you don't run into any hiccups, because we want it to be smooth sailing as much as possible, right? You want to focus on, you're creating your products, listing your products. You don't want to focus on stuff like this that you run into issues. But that's pretty much it, guys. The other thing I wanted to leave you with, if you're not a member of the Handmade and Beyond community yet, I would love to have you as a member. We have hundreds of members in there working towards their Etsy business, their Etsy goals, their handmade goals, working together. It's a positive community. I have courses in there teaching you, walkthrough courses, teaching you all the strategies and best practices I've used in my Etsy business, in my handmade business, to grow to the top 1%, to leave my corporate job, to do Etsy full time for the last 3 years. I want to share that with you and give that to you so that you can reach the goals that you guys have as well. So you can make those decisions and get the freedom and have control over your life. So we have a help form in there. You can get any question answered whenever you have it. Get the support that you need. We have live monthly member-only coaching calls, which is a great place to come and hang out, get your questions answered, and work on taking your business to the next level. And like I said, we have, I think it was at least 25 to 30 courses in there now, teaching you the walkthrough strategies of how to grow your business, what to do in your business. So you don't have to guess. You don't have to try to figure it out on your own. You don't have to be alone on your journey, because being an entrepreneur can be a little bit lonely. I know it was for me when I started. That's why I love this community that I've created to work with you guys, but I get just as much out of it as hopefully you do. Working with other sellers, helping them grow their businesses, and creating an army of successful Etsy sellers. So you can make that extra money, maybe to pay your bills each month, or maybe to pay your mortgage, or maybe to do it full time like I was able to do and fortunate enough to be able to do. But I did not do it by luck. I worked my butt off to figure out what works, to figure out the best strategies. And that's why I started the Handmade and Beyond community for people that were just like myself early on in their journey. So I'd love to see you in there. You can get 30 days free to test drive it, because I know you'll love it and want to stay. I've had members that have been with me for a very long time. So I'd love you to jump in today, start asking questions today, get full access to the courses today. So you can get access to that at handmadeandbeyond.com/HB free trial. Or wherever you're watching this, there is going to be a link below to join the Handmade and Beyond community. Until next time, guys, have an awesome rest of your day and happy selling.